Hello everyone and welcome to Crime Rush. I'm Inga and I'm so glad that you can make it. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm in a really good mood tonight because we just finished watching the Springboks play against the All Blacks and we won, yay. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, that is the Springboks are our rugby team here in South Africa and they are the best team in the world. But the All Blacks were amazing as always too. So shout out to them and go Bokke. I'm very happy about how things turned out with this match. But it was very tough and very stressful. Anyway, I can talk about rugby for hours, so I'm going to stop that. Today, we are going to talk about a case that happened in Houston, Texas. And this actually took place in late August of this year, 2024. So another recent case. And normally, as you know, when it's so recent, we don't always have all the details. But this one, we actually have quite a few already. And I also wanted to do my part and share this story because a young woman lost her life in such a tragic way. Of course, all of this is going to be alleged because we still have to wait for it to play out in court. And I also just want to mention, I'm no one special. I'm not a professional. I just do some detective work here from my home, on my couch or on my bed. And this all just interests me so much. I do my research online and I just report it back to you. You can do the same thing and form your own opinion. Today we're going to be talking about Muna Pandey, a 21-year-old college student from Nepal. She was studying to be a nurse at Houston's community college, and when she wasn't studying, she was working at a phone store to earn some money. From all that I could find online, people only had good things to say about her. And actually looking at some of these photos, she reminds me a little bit of Kylie Jenner, don't you think? But according to one of her friends, Muna actually had a stalker earlier that year and she became quite fearful, and this is when she decided to install a security video system just outside of her apartment door. And this seemed to do the trick because once that was installed, it was like the stalker just disappeared and didn't bother her again. But unfortunately, Muna was actually far from safe. I'm going to give you a trigger warning right now. From here on out, things get more graphic and disturbing, so this is your chance to exit or just proceed with caution. You have been warned. On the 26th of August, the building manager of the apartment complex where Muna was staying received a call from an unknown caller. The unknown caller informed the manager that there was a dead body inside of Muna's apartment. Now, imagine receiving a call like that. I can only imagine he was hoping that it was all a prank. But unfortunately, it wasn't. The manager phoned the police, and when they went inside of her apartment, they found Muna on her bed, deceased with several gunshot wounds, along with an execution gunshot wound to the back of her head. It was clear immediately that Muna had been murdered. Police questioned Muna's friends, neighbors, and her employer, and they all stated that they had last seen or heard from her on the 24th of August, which was 2 days before she was found deceased. The neighbor did, however, say that on the 24th, he heard loud thumping noises coming from her apartment. This is also when Muna's friend came forward and told the police about Muna's stalker and about the security video system she had installed earlier this year. This security video system was gold to police because when they checked the footage of the 24th, they could see Muna arriving to her apartment's front door carrying a bunch of shopping bags. But right behind her was this man, 51-year-old Bobby Singh Shah. It was clear in the footage that Bobby had a firearm pointed at Muna, and on the footage, police could hear Bobby repeatedly demanding her to open the door, and she can be heard asking, "What are you going to do?" Bobby then racks the slide of his firearm and tells her to open the door again. Once she opens the door, he can allegedly be seen pushing her inside and then locks the door. And reportedly a little over an hour later, the footage shows Bobby leaving Muna's apartment with one of her black purses. Police quickly identified him and released a photo of the suspect taken from Muna's security footage to the public. And it wasn't long until they received a call from a man who was a restaurant owner who claimed that his acquaintance knew the man in the photo. This acquaintance said that Muna used to work for him and that Bobby Singh Shah was a regular at that time at his establishment while Muna was working there. I'm assuming he also owned a restaurant. Then police received another call on the 28th of August, this time from a woman who told them that she knew Bobby from a sugar daddy website from 2012. She said she instantly recognized him when she saw the photo that police released. That same day, on the 28th of August, Houston police arrested Bobby Singh Shah on a charge of capital murder at a traffic stop. He was reportedly booked into Harris County Jail, and online court records show that he is being held without bond. He is also facing an additional charge of unlawfully carrying a weapon. Reportedly, all of Muna's family are in Nepal and also in Dubai. And they must just be so devastated. They are so far away, and now this has happened to their loved one. I can only imagine. I do know that a GoFundMe has been set up for her mom, Anita, so that that can help her to fly from Nepal to Houston to say goodbye to her only child. A part of the fundraiser reads, "No mother should have to face such heartbreak, especially from so far away." They also added that funds raised will be used to, quote, "ease the financial burden during this tragic time and allow Anita to be present for her daughter's final journey." And it's just so heartbreaking. Muna was only 21 years old. She had her whole life still ahead of her. She was so young. And just the way that this happened makes it so much worse. But why did this happen? And I mean, there's never a good reason for murder, right? But at this point, we can only really speculate because we only have this amount of information. But if I look at the amount of gunshot wounds and then also the execution style one to the back of the head, it feels to me like the suspect had a lot of rage in him. I also want to make this so clear. It has not been confirmed that Muna was a sugar baby or that this man was her sugar daddy. We do know that he was a sugar daddy to someone reportedly, but it is not a fact that he was Muna's sugar daddy or that she was involved with any of that. She might have just as well met this man at a restaurant while working at a place or just through a friend, who knows. It's not important to me how she knew him. What's important for me is to know is why she lost her life. And I think there are a few possibilities, and I just want to run them by you, and then you can comment what your opinion or speculation is. And like I said, this is pure speculation. I'm not saying this is what happened. This is just what I'm thinking when I look at all the facts that we know at this moment. But I think it's safe to say that there is a big possibility that this was her stalker from earlier in the year. Okay, we don't know that for a fact, but I think it is possible that this was reportedly Bobby Singh Shah. I think it's possible that he became completely obsessed with her. Whether it was that he was her sugar daddy or not, I don't know. Or whether he just built this obsession on his own while getting to know her, maybe just through meeting her at a restaurant or something like that and then stalking her, because we all know that people like that exist in the world, unfortunately. And perhaps she didn't feel the same way and this enraged him. Perhaps he saw her flirting with someone, or, perhaps she got a boyfriend or something, and this just made him so jealous that it drove him over the edge. I don't think that she was in a relationship with Bobby, because reportedly, all of her friends told police that they had no idea who he was. They didn't recognize him at all. And I'm just assuming that if she had a proper relationship with this man, her friends would have known about it. I was also wondering why he stole her black purse. And I forgot to mention this earlier on, but it is suspected that he also stole her cell phone. So I think it's safe to guess, it's not a fact, but I'm guessing that the cell phone was in the purse and that he took it because he didn't want them to find messages between them. Or perhaps she was in possession of something that endangered her life. I don't know. Whatever the case is, this was just such a tragedy. A young girl lost her life, and I would like to extend my condolences to the Pandey family. I'm so sorry for what happened to your loved one. This is absolutely horrible, and I hope you can find some peace somehow through this difficult time. I will link her GoFundMe in the description down below for those of you who would like to donate and help her mom out. Anyone with information about this case is also urged to contact the HPD Homicide Division at 713-308-3600 or Crime Stoppers. And that's about all I have on this case for now. I will keep an eye on it and look out to see if we can get any answers and find out what really happened here. But thank you so much for watching this video. I always appreciate your support so much. It means the world to me. Please comment down below. Tell me your thoughts, your theories, and your opinions, and I will always reply. I love interacting with you guys. And until the next video, please stay safe and make great choices, because this world is beautiful, but wow, it can be dangerous.